Hi everyone, welcome to TWF Impact. I'm Jim Ross with Autolycus and a Jackal, and today we have the owner Xena in the ring. As you all know, at 3 a.m. in the morning or 2 a.m. in the morning, there was a attack on a Muslim house of worship in Christchurch, New Zealand. And sadly, there were women and there were men and women and children who were killed while worshiping at a house of worship. We want to say that we do not in any way, shape, any way think that was right. To attack, to slay folk that did nothing wrong. It is wrong. It is also sad to know that these Muslims were doing nothing wrong but worshiping God in their own way. And they were killed. They were slain in their own house of worship. So our thoughts and prayers go out to their kin, their friends, and anyone else who was affected by that. As of right now, Xena said, we're going to give a moment of silence, no talking, to those who died and the Christchurch attacks, Christchurch hits or shootings. All right, Xena says, now on with the show. Today, we give onlook and love to those folks who need it in New Zealand. We also welcome those who died into heaven, those who were slayed into heaven. Since they're now with God and Jesus now, they're at heaven, they're at rest now, at a good hall. As is today, Xena says, we're going to have the New Zealand Championship. So let's go. Well, Jim Ross says there were awful attacks that happened. There were a shooting in Christchurch, Auckland, New Zealand, I believe, and Muslims, men and women, I think even kids were slayed at their own house of worship, their own worship house or worship hall. I think that's kind of sad, Autolycus says, that we have evildoers that do nothing but kill, slay, and harm others. That's right, the Jackal says, but we must go on. We can't let the evildoer stop us. And so as today, we got this match going. Well, I'm going to dedicate this fight to those who died in New Zealand today in the hands of those evildoers. And here comes Jason Jordan now. He's coming to the ring now, Jim Ross says. Well, Autolycus says, we know Jason Jordan was upset about the news. So was the New Zealand crusader, New Zealand fighter, Taylor Aragon. This is for the New Zealand champion, the New Zealand crusader, or a New Zealand fighter. First, he is Jason Jordan, and she is the TWF New Zealand fighter, Taylor Aragon. Well, we're going to see here, Autolycus says, how this works out. Taylor Aragon just clotheslined down Jason Jordan and body slammed him again right on the fight overseer. And Jason Jordan right out of the ring now. Well, the Jackal says Taylor Aragon apparently wants to show how tough she can be. And the ring even before she can actually do the count. And now the fight overseer's telling her that if she did that stunt again, he will end the fight. Jason Jordan got Taylor Aragon. Oh! He's going to do it again. The former WWE NXT Tag Team Champion or Tag Team Fighter. The former WWE Raw, former SmackDown Tag Team Fighter. And former WWE Raw Tag Team or Smack Team Fighter, Jason Jordan. Who's right now doing it again. Jason Jordan. Oh, he got her down again. Will he win this here? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. And the New Zealand fighter, Jason Jordan. So Jason Jordan, once again, is now a 2-time New Zealand fighter here. Well, the Jackal says, I don't want to say much, but Jason Jordan isn't what New Zealand needs in a fighter. What are you saying that for? Autolycus says, Jason Jordan is what you need in a fighter. Well, Jim Ross says, believe it or not, I think that Jason Jordan do a good job as a fighter for New Zealand, even though he's probably never went to New Zealand. Gorilla Monsoon, take it away. Jason Jordan, you're the New Zealand fighter. And what do you think about what happened in New Zealand today, or in their case, at night, in the morning? I think it was a bunch of weaklings. There were weaklings, those evildoers, to go to a Muslim worship house or a Muslim worship hall and to slay those folk that did nothing wrong. Weaklings. And my thoughts and go out to everyone who was harmed or slayed by the hands of those evildoers, Jason Jordan says. And I'm here to tell you that I will do what I have to do to make New Zealand. I'll bring smiles back on all those Australasian New Zealanders' faces, or front sides. You know that I never been to New Zealand, but I heard it's a really good land, good country. You know, some really good shows that were down in that land, like Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, and Xena Warrior Princess, and American Gothic, and, you know, Mantis, and Jack of All Trades, and Cleopatra 2525, and, you know, and Spartacus, God and Sand, Spartacus, God Arena, Spartacus Vince, and Spartacus War of the Damned, you know, and, you know, Ash vs. Evil Dead. But I'm here to tell you right now that I think it was wrong what those evildoers did. And I stand for New Zealand. And if I could, I would. If I could, I would beat the shit out of those who did those evil deeds that morning. But sadly, these evildoers killed themselves while they slayed others. But anyway, I do want to tell Taylor Aragon she was a good wrestler, a good fighter, but at the end of the day, I beat her. All right, back to you. All right, that was my talk with Jason Jordan. Back to you, Jim Ross. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon. We now know that we got a New Zealand fighter here in the Toy Wrestling Federation, Jim Ross says. You're right about that, Autolycus says. You're right about that. Well, Jason Jordan's going to talk a big talk, the Jackal says. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know. I don't think what happened in New Zealand was an evil thing. But Jason Jordan, I don't think he'll be a good New Zealand fighter. That's all the time we have here for TWF Impact. I'm Jim Ross, with Autolycus and the Jackal. Hope you liked Impact, and we'll see you tomorrow for Explosion.